Hi guys, this is Simeon from Swedish Homestead. Today I want to show you how I file my brush cutter or clearing saw and how I get it razor sharp. Just want to talk about the technique and how often I do it and so on. So this here is my steel 480 and it has the saw blade on it right now. We're gonna take the saw out probably in the next video and do some cutting on it. And filing this is a bit different than filing a chainsaw. I found in the beginning the biggest challenge was just the position and what to file in. So I take it and then I hold it like this. Between my legs here. I can cross your legs, you don't see that right now, but just so that the saw is really firm, stuck between your legs. And then you know, I really always want to wear gloves when I file this, even more so than on a chainsaw somehow. I find this more dangerous and sharper. So gotta make sure you have the right diameter on your file. This is an Oregon file. And I got this handle where you can switch out the just the file in it. If you don't want to buy this cheap thing, or if it breaks for you, you know, wintertime it could break easily. It's just very easy. We've done this many times. You know, just cut a little branch or a little tiny tree with your brush cutter. Put this in here in the middle and hit it in there, and it works just as good for a handle for your file. So now angle is really important here. So the brush cutter's enemy is really dirt in the bottom of the trees of the brush. From the rain it splashes up against it, and rocks. If you cut this wrong, your blade will give you a kickback and you will go into the ground, or you will go into a tree. Well, I'll show you how to try to prevent that in the video where we have action here. But if you get a new blade, that's the easiest way to start, obviously. And you have the right technique. You take it easy. You never get in a rock. It's quite easy to just follow the angles of this blade. So if you have a fairly good blade, it should be fairly easy, and you just try to keep the blade in the steady position. Now you never want to go back and forth or from this direction. You always want to go with this direction. And then you can see really well, I can come closer here, you can see really well where you have filed already. And it's dark and where you haven't filed yet, and then the new fresh metal comes out where you have filed. So you're just gonna do this side and this position here, and you want to make sure that you don't push too low or too high, but that the shape that the saw blade had in the beginning, the teeth, you want to keep that, and so you have to go freestyle here and just take it real easy. And then how we get this really razor sharp, the last, you know, kick in it that makes it just this bit more sharper, is to just clean the file a little bit and then just do one soft push where you don't push much, but you just have the file go over, and then you can feel it, and it's gonna be super sharp. So you do this whole side, then you have to change position when you want to do the other side. What I do is I then hold the saw like this in front of me and push it carefully against my stomach, and then I have this position to file it. Now if you have a good file, you don't have to push so hard. Now I think it's important that you take evenly on all the teeth. You don't want to, you know, if you get in a rock, you don't want to have these 3 teeth that you broke on the rock, file them down halfway and the others are much longer. You want to try to have this even. Now, another thing that I won't do right now, but that you should do every once in a while, especially if you cut down a bigger tree with this and it kind of you know, puts pressure and bends your teeth a little bit. You have to adjust the teeth again, and there's a tool for that I don't have here right now, but you kind of bend them each in the direction they should go, so they have the right angle, which also will help the saw to transport away all the sawdust and have a good cut on this. So that's basically how we do it on these. And you know, these last super long. Now here's what I do to kind of keep this top-notch sharpness on this saw the entire day. I don't just sharpen this when I get into the dirt or when I get into rock, but every time that I fill in gasoline, fill up the tank, I take my file and just go over every tooth, once a little harder and then once really soft, to get this super sharp blade. Obviously when you put on a blade the first time, make sure you put it on the right direction and the right rotation. So that's how I sharpen my saw, and have really good results with it. These things are super sharp, and the most important thing when you work with this, you don't need the chainsaw protection pants or anything like that, but don't have any people close to you. We're gonna go into that in the next video. Well, I show you how thick of a tree you actually can cut down with this machine. Thanks for watching today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Bye bye.